and getting straight back into it with Saturday's Telegraph. And Nick, I'm afraid you might have to start boycotting Grind.
Oh, no. OK, yeah, this is GB News targeted by green activists in boycott campaign. Yet another story of hate against GB News. And this comes from Stop Funding Heat, who are a sort of evil spawn of the already evil Stop Funding Hate. And they've persuaded Grind, a network of cafes with 14 outlets across London, to boycott GB News. Someone tweeted, do you really want to be aligned with this channel? And just apparently that was enough for them just to go,
yeah,
oh, you're right.
One tweet, right?
Yeah.
One tweet.
Yes, Grind said, we'd like to thank you for bringing this to our attention. Needless to say, we've pulled all future spend from GB News. So it's pathetic. It's this disparity. And as we've noted, GB News is getting bigger and bigger, more and more views. We're on the map. But
yes,
advertisers haven't caught up because of this virtue signalling, ESG, woke capitalism approach, where the advertisers are all terrified, even though we're a perfectly legitimate
It's
channel.
so bizarre. But let's have a look. We've got an image of the CEO of Grind, or the head of Grind. There is David Abrahamovich, who... there he is on GB News, talking about Grind on GB News.
So let him on?
He's clearly a big fan. No, this was a while ago. So, you know, he's a fan of GB News. But the fact that people... Which just proves, doesn't it, that they just folded. Oh, there he is again. He just folded
right.
on the basis
right.
of this activist.
He secretly likes us, not that secretly. He's on the...
And this is the point, though, isn't it? Like, it's so... They're so terrified of these activists. What companies should do is just say, OK, bye-bye, you don't want to use our product. If you don't like the way we advertise, go away then. That would work so much better than causing this fuss.
But you're a bit behind the times. I think Britain is a bit behind the times, because what we need to do is not make fun of Grind, because they're a small little company, and anytime we mention them, we're probably going to give them more business. That's probably going to help them. We need to pick a company that is used to do business with us or not doing business with us now, and who's a big company who, if they lost 1% of their market share, they would notice.
We have spoken about a lot of these people. What I think is fascinating, though, is that these advertisers are pulling out because of these activists, but the activists are basically fantasists. They started complaining about the channel months before it even aired, before anyone had any idea what it was. They decided what the channel was, then the channel starts, and it's not what they said it was, but they stick to the fantasy, what they call it confirmation bias.
In most cases, they haven't even watched it.
No.
This guy's a little different because he's actually been on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's watched himself back or not. But, and with the public companies, why don't they have a fiduciary responsibility? That's what I don't understand as well. You know, if there's advertising, if it's a good platform to advertise, then you'll...
Well, the truth is, you know, as you know, the ratings are just expanding all the time. The channel's obviously successful, so at some point, advertisers are going to come back. I mean, that's surely the way it's going to be.
What we need to do is we need to pick one company out there that is successful and Bud Light them. And this happened in America. I don't know whether you're following what's happening in America.
It did work, the Bud Light thing.
Bud Light them.
You forget, though, with Bud Light, you know, didn't they give their own marketing person an award for the best marketing campaign?
They then sacked her. They have now
they sacked them as well.
Bush,
So, award and a sacking.
Yeah,
mixed messages, you would suggest.